Hello again, friends, and welcome to the Christmas edition at Doc G's Wine and Spirits Review. This is a first for me. I'm going to do a nice cooking demonstration for you that is very much in tune with the tradition in our household during the Christmas holiday. But before we start this little cooking show, cheers. Got to have a little bourbon in your hand while you're cooking. So what I'm going to do for you today to kick off the Christmas season here for me and for our family is I am going to fry up some traditional fish that we have had for years. I always give my lovely wife credit for bringing these into my life. After I met her, every Christmas at her household, we would wind up having this dish without fail. So what dish am I talking about? Well, you see it right in front of you here. It's a little fish called smelts. And I have prepared a number of them for you. I'm going to make them right here in front of you and talk about them and the tradition that they bring. My kids come home. They cannot wait. It's just part of the fabric of our Christmas when we fry up these smelts. Now, some people will take these smelts. I've cleaned them in advance. That's a whole nother story. That's about 3 hours worth of work till you clean up and cut them and debone them. Some people just take them and deep fry them whole. We don't like the bones in them, so I go to the trouble to open them up, pull the bone out, and then we're going to dump them in the flour here and we're going to cook them. And then we're going to pair them with the only thing that you should pair with smelts at the end of our presentation. So let me begin. The first thing we're going to do, you can see what they look like there. They're just a little white fish. We prepare a little flour, pepper, and salt mixture to batter them. I have hot oil that's been burning here, heating up at about 380 degrees. So we're going to shake all these up, get them, move this out of the way, and we're going to start our little frying. While we do that, I'll talk a little bit about some of the other things that I plan to do over the next couple days in terms of helping you welcome in the season, because the holiday would not be the same without a little beverage to share with your friends. So there we go. Ah, the wonderful sound. So what I'd like to do while we're letting these fry up is talk to you about what I'd like to do over the next couple days on my site at Doc G's Wine and Spirits Review. My wife has been very diligent with researching a lot of good cocktails. So what I'd like to do, I'm not going to wind up demonstrating them. This is going to be my only demonstration and video talk before Christmas. Over the next couple days, though, please look for a number of exciting recipes with all kinds of beverages. We happen to be tequila and gin junkies, so they're probably going to be heavy on the tequila and the gin. So here you go. We now have a dozen smelts. Oh, I wish you could smell in the video how these smell so good already. And again, as I said, little Traveler's whiskey here, tastes like bourbon. Always helps with these smelts. And what we do with these is we generally, sometime in the early afternoon on Christmas Eve, it's usually a Christmas Eve kind of thing, I forgot to mention that. Or if can't be Christmas Eve, it's whenever we get to celebrate with our family. So it's always preceding the big dinner that we have. Some part of my family is always here for Christmas Eve, or we are traveling to them. So since I have a couple children, we split up that duty, but they all get the smelts. So these are frying up very nice. We can sprinkle them with a little salt afterwards as well. But one of the things that happens as you start to boil these, that some of them you can decide how brown you want to get them, but you can see already. Yeah, I have to turn this down a little bit since it's bubbling a little too fast. Don't want to overdo them. You have to kind of find a sweet spot. We use this cooker. You can do them on the stove, but it kind of gets messy. So this kind of, if you notice, I have a little bit of tin foil down here on my counter so as not to have to have a major cleanup after I'm done. So now, because these are a gentle white fish, they require, and I'm going to say that again, they require a very subtle and nice white wine. And the most subtle and nice white wine that you can pair with these just happens to be my all-time favorite, and that is a sparkling one. So tonight, it's not really about featuring the specific sparkling. This could be anything. It could be Prosecco, it could be Cava, it could be Champagne. This happens to be a Crémant d'Alsace. It's a combination of Alsatian grapes, Pinot Blanc, Pinot Gris. There's a little Chardonnay in here, and it will go smashingly with these smelts as soon as we pull them out. So while they are on their last leg here, I'm going to crack this. The bourbon can wait. That'll be there, and bubbly cannot. So there you have it. Oh, geez. You never can tell. So we'll get that cleaned up later. We're going to pour that in the glass. We only wasted about a glass. I'm going to step out of the picture here a minute and get a couple paper towels. Get that sopped up a little bit before it hits the floor. And let our smelts continue to cook. That is it. See, anything can happen in the kitchen. So you can tell I'm not faking this. I would have never planned on that happening. Thank God it didn't go in with the oil. That would have been a disaster. So these are, you want to try to get them as crisp as possible, obviously without burning them. So I'm going to turn them up just a little bit. So let me tell you about smelts. They're hard to get if you don't know where to go for them. Usually some Italian market or a fish store. Some of your higher end supermarkets might have them, but they only generally get them in about 2 to 3 weeks before the Christmas holiday. So if you ever want to make these, you're going to have to be diligent in doing your research as to where you can get them. And they come frozen, so you can buy them well in advance, because I just thawed these out this morning. I actually made a batch. I'm having company tomorrow. Some of my family will be here, and we have about 2 pounds of them just sitting in the fridge, all covered, ready to go tomorrow. When we eat them like potato chips. People just, by the time the last batch is done cooking, they're already gone. So you can see here, these are doing very nicely. Another 2 or 3 minutes and we should be good to go. I have to give all the credit to my wife and her family for the discovery of this wonderful little whitefish called smelts. There's a little debate as to whether you should call it a smelt or smelts. I really don't care. Don't worry about it. Some people get all twisted about that. I just know they're good, and they're good with sparkling wine. They're probably good with bourbon too, but I'm not going to pair them with bourbon here. So let me get that out of the way. Our little oil spill here. Not oil, just kidding. Our little bubbly spill. Wouldn't be a meal without somebody spilling something. So these have just about another minute to go, and then we're going to let them drain. Put them on a nice plate here for you, and we're going to sample them. Last year we had a really hard time finding these, and I wound up getting some that were so large. They look like, for those of you that are into fish, they look like they were like almost the size of a sunny. Like each one of them could have been a meal. This year we got lucky again. Sometimes it's very spotty as to the supply chain. These, the ones that I find from a local Italian market here, generally are brought in from Peru. So I don't know if that's the only place, in the world where you can get smelts. My guess is no. But these, the hardest part about these, frankly, is what I explained to you when I started, is getting them cleaned. It's very tedious. It's kind of messy and smelly, but the end product is worth the labor. So let's have another minute. These are starting to look kind of like potato chips, so I think we're at that point where they are ready to be served. As a matter of fact, let me take one out. Let it drain. Let it cool off a little bit. I want to do a wine pairing here with you before I say goodnight and Merry Christmas. This is fun. I love cooking. I'm not a very good cook, but I like hanging around the kitchen because you get to eat and sample. I have my little things that I can cook, and these smelts are one of them. I've learned the tradition very well. I can do the whole process. Clean, buy, bring home, clean, freeze, clean, cut, fry, eat, and say thank you. So there we go. That should be cooled off enough. It's delightful. Oh my God. Oops. A little bubbly fell in the oil there. Nice and tender. Now for the pairing. I'm in heaven. Christmas heaven. Oh my God, that is so good. So, having said that, these are now done. They are nice and crispy. We can put a little salt on these if we want. That's actually to taste. Some people, they're a little bit oily, but that's, you put them on a nice little towel to soak up the residue. And there you have it, gang. My first dozen smelts for Christmas 2025. So on that note, let me pour again without spilling. Grab another smelt. And say to you, I hope you have a wonderful, safe, happy, they're still a little warm, so I'm going to slow down. A wonderful, safe, and happy Christmas season. A happy New Year. I'll be back on before New Year. Remember to look on my site, Doc G Wine and Spirits Review, for some great cocktails that you can also have as the holiday rolls in next week. So, so good. So, Merry Christmas, Joyeux Noël, Feliz Navidad, Fröhliche Weihnachten, and Bon Natal. So I can say Merry Christmas in 5 different languages, then I'm done. So, to you and yours, cheers, and we'll see you before New Year's. Merry Christmas.